back to PRC-Saltillo. And we have Connie and Sandy for talking about Versa from PRC-Saltillo. It's all yours.
It's all us. Can you hear me okay? All right.
Yeah.
Great. All right. Thank you. Everything went away when I started this. So welcome, everybody. Thank you, David, for giving us this opportunity to present today. I'm Connie McCafferty. I'm one of the many AAC consultants for PRC-Saltillo. Been here for a while. On the chat is my wonderful colleague, Sandy Kline, and we're going to talk about everything Versa today. So I just wanted to start out. If you have any questions, Sandy's the go-to person. So if you see something you like and you want more information, reach out to Sandy. She'll probably put our website for the Versa line in the chat. And if you want a trial, if you want anything, let us know and we will get you set up. Okay. All right. Well, we know that the iPad is a powerful piece of technology. It's familiar, it's readily available in homes and school systems. And over time, Apple has added many more accessibility features to open the platform up to many users. PRC-Saltillo has actually been designing apps for more than a decade. In 2010, Saltillo released TouchChat as the first app by any SGD manufacturer. With these advances in the iPad and the ever-growing need for AAC systems that meet a variety of needs, it's no surprise we're seeing more and more iPads as the base for assistive technology products. I think is evident about some of the apps that were already shared previously. In 2020, we released the VIA Pro, followed by the VIA Mini. The VIAs are fundable speech-generating devices. Now today, we're going to look at the Versa line of products, which brings a lot more of the same design ideas to the consumer in a non-funded product line. The Versa line of products currently consists of the VersaWrap, which is used to protect your iPad, the VersaSpeaker, which amplifies your iPad, the VersaEye, which brings eye tracking capability to your iPad, and the VersaStrap for those who need to carry their iPad. So let's take a look at these products individually. Starting with the VersaWrap, this is a lightweight foam case designed to protect your iPad from drops. It has a handle built in, but it can be paired with a strap for even more security. And speaking of security, it has a pocket where you can insert an Apple AirTag. So if you do misplace it and your iPad dies or the battery dies, isn't connected to Wi-Fi, you can still find it through tracking on that Apple AirTag. The stand is continuously adjustable, so you can get the right amount of angle depending on what you need on any tabletop. And lastly, above the image there, you'll see an accessory mount. This is where the VersaSpeaker can be attached. The VersaWrap compatibility, I have a list of all the compatible iPads on this slide. Any of the iPads listed here will fit into one of our 3 VersaWrap solutions. This gives you the opportunity to choose the iPad that's right for you. Maybe you need the full power of the iPad 12.9 Pro. If so, choose the VersaWrap 12.1. Maybe you just need a basic iPad. Weight isn't a concern for you. You can get the base model iPad, even an older generation, to save money and use the VersaWrap 10.1 to keep it safe. And don't worry, if you use an iPad mini, we have you covered with that too. You don't need to remember this list. They're available on our e-store as well as a handout that we can get you. Now let's move on to the VersaSpeaker. I mentioned before, the VersaSpeaker is a small portable Bluetooth speaker. It's compatible with any phone, tablet, or computer, but it is actually specifically designed to fit in that slot on the Versa accessory dock on your wrap. As you can see here, it also comes with a lanyard, so you can wear it around your neck. That's nice because if you're using this as an AAC communication app, this sends the speech from close to your body rather than behind a piece of technology. It's also a good way to keep track of just using it just for general use. I know my kids like to take it out and pair it to their phones and listen to Apple Music. It's a great speaker and it's IP44 rated, which means it's protected from splashing in all directions. And you'll get over 7 hours of continuous use. It charges over USB-C, and that charger is included. Now we're going to move on to the VersaEye, and let's take a look at the endless possibilities of the latest iOS eye tracking package from PRC-Saltillo.
I love you, darling.
Green. Yellow. Pop.
Let's roll. Good morning, Erica.
So there you can see all of the options to make your life easier to communicate and just explore everything. So let's look at the VersaEye a little closer. You have an idea of what it can do. Let's look at the specifications. So the wrap portion of the VersaWrap will protect your iPad, and it can add a speaker to amplify. That's pretty straightforward. But the eye tracking component itself is a bit more complex in terms of integration with iOS. So the VersaEye combines the Hero eye tracker from iRespond with the VersaWrap, as well as a separate battery for powering that eye tracker. So that tracker is independently powered. It's not powered from your iPad. However, when you plug the charger in, the cool part is there's one charging port on that VersaEye, which will power your iPad. So only one charger is needed, and I think that's really nice. Finally, we've added a switch jack. So you can use any standard wired 3.5 millimeter switch to make selections when using eye tracking. You can also use wireless switches as well. The VersaEye has a continuously adjustable kickstand, just like the VersaWrap, but the kickstand is extended so that you can position the tracker at the correct angle when it's placed on a table or shelf. The VersaEye can be mounted using a mounting plate and paired with any of our various PRC-Saltillo mounting options. Currently, the list of compatible iPads is a little shorter for the VersaEye, and that's because of a few things. That's because the iPad must have a USB-C port. It needs to run iOS 17, and it must have an M1 processor or higher. And again, reach out to Sandy right there in the chat if you want more information on that. So as most of us are likely aware, the iOS ecosystem was designed to be used with touch integration. You can tap on a button, swipe from screen to screen, pinch in, zoom in and out, and long press to reveal other functions. For individuals who have difficulty performing these touch gestures or have difficulty reaching and using the physical buttons on their device, Apple created Assistive Touch. Assistive Touch was added in iOS 5, so that was a while ago. Then in iOS 13, they added support for pointing devices. So while Assistive Touch was initially designed to use with touch, it has expanded to allow control of the system and the touch-based interactions when using pointing devices such as eye tracking. It will also work if someone is using a joystick or another cursor-based item. Specifically with the new iOS 17 eye tracking feature, within the Assistive Touch menu, we have the ability to snap to item, which gives users the ability to hide the cursor and highlight the entire button. This new functionality increases your button activation accuracy by stabilizing the eye tracking experience, by limiting drift and eliminating distractions from cursor movement. Additionally, if the cursor is distracting to you, consider turning on the new auto hide feature. You can choose a time length for how long you want to gaze before that cursor reappears. You can decide the cursor's visibility level when it's not in use. So iOS 17 has really advanced the ability to use eye tracking on the iOS platform. So we're going to take a moment to see it in action. So when you first go to your iPad and you open up the screen, the Hero app would be where you would go. This is the screen you would come to. And I'm going to go on in and go into calibration. And you can see here, there's a positioning guide on the left. So that can help with your positioning. You can raise it up or down. You want the eyes in the middle. Green is good. If you get too far back, too close, it'll turn red. But that's going to help you with your calibration. From here, you're going to select one of the 4 calibration options. In this case, I'm going to do a 5-point calibration. And the dots will move around the screen. And you will just follow your dots around the screen, keeping your head as still as possible, just moving your eyes around the screen. And what's nice about this, what Hero's done, is they've given us a calibration results screen. And green is good. If you're seeing areas that are maybe yellow or reddish in color, you can improve that down here. And they would just calibrate the areas that were weaker for you. And you can recalibrate. Now we're ready to communicate. You can just pop on out. And my preference is actually in the assistive touch menu, I have this set for snap to item. Oh, sorry, we're going through the calibration again. Let me go around a little bit more. Green is good. And now we're ready to pop out and communicate. There we go. I'm using Touch Chat. And I actually have my Voice Keeper voice. If you want some information about Voice Keeper, please reach out to us. It's a voice banking, voice and message banking application that works with all of our apps.
Chocolate milk. And I like it. I drink chocolate milk and I like it.
Okay, now that I've told you what I like to drink, I need to make a grocery list. So I'm going to use the assistive touch menu to go out into my screen, my homepage, and then go into my notes app. When I'm here, I can just use my keyboard. It'll pop up and it's going to show, I can type in what I want. So I think this is nice in that it shows you the flexibility of using an eye tracker across the iOS platform, not just inside a communication app, but outside communication apps as well. And there I'm using my assistive touch menu to go to home. You can also use hot corners for some quick access to pause the tracker, scroll, and go home as well. That's a little demo. And again, just want to remind everybody before I run out of time, these are the apps that we can use. But again, these are our PRC-Saltillo apps, but you can use it across the board, which I think is very, very nice. Additionally, we have an arrow switch, and you can pair this through the Bluetooth, and you can use the arrow switch for your switch selection. You can have it turn on the pause dwell, volume control, app switcher, run a shortcut, or launch a specific program. Many things you can do there. And I'd like to share also that we have a carry strap available, as well as mounting plates for not only our mounting solutions, we also are MOGO compatible with the modular hose mounting options too. All right.
Connie, we had a couple questions and I'd like to address them.
Sure.
How new do the devices need to be for the arrow switch?
Arrow switch is Bluetooth paired, so the iPad needs to have at least Bluetooth capability to pair them. I don't know specifically. That would be probably on the Arrow switch. We could get information on that.
And the warranty on the VersaEye is
Yes,
90 days, right?
correct.
And then I have another question. Can you select the item that you're gazing at with a switch?
Yes, it does dual, or you can do switch selection, and you can use either the wired port or the Bluetooth port, or Bluetooth switch.
And
Oh,
this,
All right,
what this,
that's it for time. Sorry.
okay,
Fine.
sorry.
So there's our website or our email. So go ahead and reach out to us at versa@prc-saltillo.com.